That's that deadly.
Player one.
I can make them put their hands to the ceiling. I can make you disperse cash for the feeling. Give it up. I ain't focused on nothing but cash peeling. Yeah, these niggas ain't on shit. They need to kill it. I'm geeky as fuck. Sleep in the building. Really bout it. Big dog on campus. Yeah, I'm building. Checking for the chicken. Early morning kitchen. Ziploc ripping. Children of the corn. We ain't asking for permission. Long nights, hard work, all dedication. Even my bitch anxious, sparking up cause we impatient. Falling out with niggas, the more I'm on paper chasing. In my own zone, speedway and I'm private planing. Yeah, nah, I ain't complaining, just won't settle for that basic. Know the times changing, fuck getting it how these hoes gave it. Yeah, fuck niggas do fuck shit, that's how they play it. Yeah, sometimes all you got is your roots and your foundations. Turn it up a level, turn it up a notch. I was in the days when I got the guap. I was with my niggas swerving, bending blocks. 3 in the morning, but the grinding never stops. Turn it up a level, turn it up a notch. I was making plays in the parking lot. I was with my twin, we was ducking cops. Hard to trust the bitch, she gon' get me got.
What's good with y'all, man? What it do? It's your boy KM Lucci. We here live, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tapping in. You know what I'm saying? The love has been tremendous. The love has been great. I embrace it all. I appreciate it all. We're training for the world, baby. What's it called right now? I'm over here doing a reaction. We got a spooky movie. We got a horror film, suspense, thriller. We got a thriller today. It's called Rabid. It's about a girl who gets in an accident and gets her face messed up, but she finds some surgeons, some people, underground type shit, I guess, and they come with some shit to fix her face, but it comes with some shit. You feel me? So, yeah, man, so get into it, man. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. It's always important and it's free as hell. You know what I'm saying? Click that bell so you can see every time I drop some new shit, too. You know what I mean? But let's get into it.
After her face
All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. Make sure you got them ready. You feel me?
was ruined by an accident, this woman finds a clinic offering a strange surgery. The film begins by showing a parking area located on the outskirts of the city. It is there that we are introduced to a woman with glasses named Rose, who works as a designer as well as an assistant manager at a fashion modeling company. One morning, as Rose is about to leave for work on her motorcycle, something unexpected happens on the road she is taking. A dog that is actually still tied up suddenly starts barking aggressively and almost lunges at her. The situation startles Rose and makes her lose focus, which causes her to have a small accident on the road and briefly creates chaos around the area. Although the incident does not seriously injure her, it ends up making Rose arrive late to the office. Unfortunately, that delay becomes the beginning of an unpleasant experience for her. As soon as she arrives at work, she immediately receives harsh treatment from her boss named Gunter. In front of the other models who work
What's your name? Gunter.
at the company, Gunter humiliates Rose by insulting the fashion designs she created. He says that the clothing designs Rose makes are just as bad as her own face. His words not only belittle her work, but also indirectly mock her appearance, implying that she is unattractive and awkward-looking.
So she works for an asshole in the fashion industry.
Hearing those remarks, the models in the room begin laughing at Rose, making the situation even more humiliating for her. However, in the middle of all the laughter, there is one person who does not join in. A model named Chelsea simply looks at Rose with sympathy because Chelsea is actually Rose's close friend.
And what excuse is it this time? I want you into work on time.
Well, I was almost in a car accident this morning.
When lunchtime arrives, Rose is seen eating her meal very
You already know this is a twisted movie. I'm going to say this is going to be a twisted suspense thriller more than it's going to be a horror. Why? Yeah, I don't see what was funny about her talking about getting in a car accident and it laughing all in unison. All in unison laughing.
eagerly. From this moment, it becomes clear that Rose has quite an unusual diet because she only consumes vegetables and fruits. Rose follows a vegetarian lifestyle in order to maintain her weight and keep her body shape suitable for the demands of working in the fashion industry. While Rose is eating, one of her co-workers named Brad approaches her. Without much small talk, Brad asks Rose out for a date that night because the company will be holding a party attended by the models and other employees.
We should go to the after party together.
Yeah, sure.
I don't trust you. I don't trust him.
See you tonight.
Night eventually arrives and the company party turns out to be quite lively. In the middle of the celebration, Rose seems to enjoy spending time with Brad. They chat casually, laugh together, and their interaction becomes more intimate until they eventually share a kiss. After that, Brad offers to get drinks for both of them. While waiting for Brad to return, Rose decides to go to the restroom for a moment. However, while she is inside, she accidentally overhears a conversation between two co-workers. From that conversation, Rose learns something that deeply hurts her. They say that Brad did not invite Rose to the party because he wanted to, but because Chelsea asked him to.
I wouldn't trust him.
After hearing that, Rose immediately approaches Chelsea to ask for an explanation. Chelsea honestly admits that it's true she asked Brad to accompany Rose at the party. She explains that she simply felt sorry for Rose, especially after the embarrassing incident she experienced earlier that morning at the office. Instead of feeling comforted, Rose becomes even more hurt because she realizes that the attention Brad showed her was never sincere. Feelings of disappointment and embarrassment overwhelm her, and in the end, Rose decides to leave the party. Still filled with anger and frustration, she rides her motorcycle home. The emotions she cannot control make it difficult for her to concentrate while driving. Without realizing it, she loses control of her vehicle and ends up getting into an accident. Chelsea,
Again? This girl just clumsy.
who witnesses the incident from a distance, can only scream in panic while a deep sense of guilt begins to haunt her, feeling that all of this happened because of the decision she made earlier. As a result of the accident she experienced, Rose has to undergo intensive treatment at the hospital. Almost her entire body is wrapped in bandages, indicating that the injuries she suffered are quite serious.
Rose, someone get in here! Doctor, she's up!
You're awake. Welcome back, Miss Miller. My name is Dr. Kilo. You remember what happened? There was an accident. The bike punctured your abdomen. You've been out for a week.
Without realizing it, time
Fucking kind of name is that, Dr. Keloid?
passes and Rose ends up receiving treatment
I don't trust him.
for a full week. During her recovery, she is not alone because Chelsea constantly stays by her side along with her family. They faithfully accompany Rose, especially since Rose does not have any family or close relatives who can take care of her, which makes Chelsea feel responsible for staying with her. After a week of treatment, the doctor finally
But that's a good friend, though. Shout out Chelsea. Even though, wild card, Chelsea gonna die.
decides to remove the bandages covering Rose's face. However, when the bandages are taken off, the condition of her face appears to be severely damaged. The left side of her cheek is crushed badly
Whoa, what the fuck was that?
enough that
That shit looked like a, whoa, hold up, be kind, rewind.
is covering Rose's face. However, when the bandages are taken off, the condition of her face appears to be severely damaged.
Bitch, hit my Godzilla, nigga. Damn, look at that. Her new name is Chomper. She be like, what's that? Take a photo on the good side. Damn. And they wired it. You see the wires through it? Look, these wires. Damn, cold story. That's a cold townie.
The left side of her cheek is crushed badly enough that part of her teeth can be seen. Not only that, Rose also
Look at her reaction.
cheek is crushed badly enough that part of her teeth can be seen. Not only that, Rose also has a serious tear wound on her stomach caused
What the fuck hit you to get your face like that? You got in a car accident and your shit look like that.
by the accident. Even though her condition looks worrying, the doctor tries to calm
But she can't even talk, bro.
her and tells her that the most important thing is that she survived the accident. After the examination
That bitch look like
is finished and the bandages are replaced, the doctor finally allows Rose to go home and continue her
hold up.
and tells her that the most important thing is that she survived the accident. After the
That bitch look like them niggas on Mortal Kombat. Baraka.
The examination is finished and the bandages are replaced. The doctor finally allows Rose to go home and continue her recovery there.
You'll be able to live a perfectly normal life.
Here we go.
Yo. Blender is over here.
Chelsea takes her home and decides to take care of Rose for the next few days. She makes that decision because she still feels extremely guilty about what happened to her friend. Chelsea also tells Rose about what happened after the accident. She even informs her that Rose's position at the company has now been replaced by someone else because the company could not wait any longer. Hearing that news
And they didn't care about her.
makes Rose feel even more devastated. When she is alone, she slowly opens the bandage on her face while looking into a mirror. As she sees how drastically her face has changed and how disfigured it now looks, Rose cannot hide the deep sadness and disappointment she feels. The face that once
They put makeup over her biting the mouthpiece.
played an important role in her career now looks damaged and frightening. However, in the middle of that despair, Rose begins to make up her mind to do whatever it takes to restore her face back to normal. After searching for information about treatments that
Oh my gosh. That's out. That's out.
might repair her face, Rose finally finds a glimmer of hope. One day she receives an email from a clinic called Burrow that offers a special program known as
I'm gonna lie, at this point, I'm willing to take any type of help too. I'm a believer of anything. Please. It's all in your grill.
transhumanism. The program claims it can restore Rose's face to its original condition through an advanced medical procedure. Without thinking too long about it, the next day Rose and Chelsea go directly to the clinic to learn more about the program. Once they arrive, Rose is immediately handled by a doctor named William, who is the main doctor at the clinic.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Founded this institute to help people like you. We are a research facility.
After carefully examining the condition of Rose's face,
And you know what? They do be having like laboratories where they be like growing people's ears on the back of a rat. You know what I'm saying? I'll take all that. I'm like, yeah, let me get the gecko skin. What the fuck? I'll be like, bro, yeah, let me get the leopard. Straight up. I need something to patch this up. I'll take the rat skin and put it right here and just look like I got Botalago. I'm not tripping. I need something right here. She looked like the Grudge. She looked like man. She like a look at the bottom. Oh. You know it hurts for her to talk. Damn. Oh, Tony.
William says that Rose is a suitable candidate for the transhumanism program. William says that Rose is
Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Put your hand back there.
a suitable candidate for the
Please, I just ate lunch. Put your hand back down, please.
transhumanism program. However, he also explains that the program has actually never been successfully carried out before. In other words, Rose will become the first patient to undergo the procedure and will also be part of the medical experiment being developed at the clinic. Even though the explanation sounds quite shocking, Rose still agrees to go through with the procedure. The only thing that briefly makes her hesitate is the cost, because she realizes she does not have enough money to pay for a treatment that is likely very expensive. However, Dr. William reassures her and tells her that she does not need to worry about the cost. If the program succeeds, the entire procedure will be provided free of charge as part of the clinic's research. Hearing that makes Rose feel extremely relieved, and she immediately agrees to the procedure without hesitation.
He felt that you would be an excellent candidate. If you qualify, all costs are covered. Life-changing treatments like this from me. I'll be right outside whenever you're ready.
Sometime later, the day finally arrives when the surgery to repair Rose's face will be performed. Inside the
That sucks. You don't know no sign language. Like, man, when I was in high school, I took American Sign Language 1 and 2. Like, nigga, the fuck? That sucks, bro. You gotta write everything and you keeping it simple because your wrist hurt because you've been writing all that. That's out.
operating room, Dr. William and several of his assistants are seen carefully preparing everything. However, there is something rather strange because they are all wearing dark red clothing instead of the white uniforms typically worn by medical staff.
Satanic cult.
Their appearance even creates an unsettling atmosphere, as if they are not ordinary medical professionals.
They're not.
Once everything is ready, the surgery finally begins. During the procedure, Dr. William places a special implant into the left side of Rose's cheek that was damaged by the accident. The implant looks quite unusual because something inside it seems to move slowly. Even so, the surgery proceeds smoothly and finishes without any complications.
They got the music playing while they doing this shit too. Yeah, bro, get the fuck out of here.
While Rose is still lying in the recovery room and has not fully regained consciousness from the anesthesia, Brad arrives to visit her and brings flowers. He seems genuinely concerned and wants to make sure that Rose is okay. However, before Brad leaves, Dr. William invites him into his office for a private conversation. It is not clear what they discuss at that time. Sometime later, Rose finally wakes up from the effects of the anesthesia. The first thing she does is remove the bandage from her face while standing in front of a mirror. Rose feels both shocked and overjoyed when she sees that her face has returned to normal, just like before, with not even the slightest trace of surgery visible. At that moment, she feels as if she has regained the life that was once destroyed. Even
Teeth and everything back regular.
so, Rose briefly senses something strange on her cheek, as if there is something unusual beneath the surface. However, she chooses not to think too much about it because the most important thing for her right now is that her face looks normal again. Not long after that, Rose
Just blind as hell.
walks toward the swimming
Not blonde, blind. Blind as hell.
pool area near the clinic. There she meets a man named John. Without much conversation, Rose suddenly approaches John and kisses him. However, something strange immediately happens afterward. Rose does not just kiss him, but suddenly bites John's mouth until it starts bleeding. The incident leaves Rose confused about what just happened. Because of that, she later tells Dr. William about the event. However, Dr. William calmly responds and says that Rose most likely experienced a hallucination. He explains
Nah, man, here we go. Get to the meat and potatoes.
that the effects of medication after surgery can sometimes affect a person's perception. In addition to that, Rose also begins to notice that her appetite has increased unusually because she now feels hungry far more often than she did before the operation. To help with the recovery process, Dr. William then gives her several medications along with red-colored supplements that Rose must take regularly. After undergoing a series of treatments, Dr. William eventually allows Rose to return home and resume her normal life.
It was strange, like a dream, but I...
Dreams reveal so much about the self. Your body's been through a lot. You may feel weakened.
Terrific, as in I can go home.
These medications I'm giving you, drink these when you have difficulty keeping other foods down.
Thank you, Dr. Burroughs.
Chelsea feels extremely relieved and happy when she sees Rose again, especially because her friend's face now looks completely perfect as it was before the accident. As a way to celebrate Rose's recovery, they decide to go to a club that night. The place is lively and crowded, and unexpectedly Rose runs into her former boss, Gunnar. When he sees Rose's new appearance, which is very different from before, Gunnar looks both surprised and impressed. He even compliments the outfit Rose is wearing that night, which turns out to be a design created by Rose herself. Rose's new and more attractive appearance
We about to eat that nigga Gunter.
makes Gunter interested in working with her again, and without hesitation, he offers her the chance to rejoin his fashion company.
Rose Miller, look at you. Why are you there? Juice looking fruits. I'm glad to see you looking healthy.
I'm actually wearing one of my designs.
Your design. I am impressed. My God. Someone looks like she is well enough to come back to work, huh?
That night, Rose truly enjoys the lively party atmosphere. She appears more confident than before and even spends time getting close with a man named Tom. However, another strange incident happens unexpectedly. In the middle of their closeness, Rose suddenly bites Tom and
She's a eater. She a eater.
seriously injures part of his body.
Damn.
Yet the next morning when Rose wakes up, she assumes that the incident was only a hallucination, just like the strange experience she had earlier at the clinic. Without thinking much about it, Rose immediately takes the red medication and supplements given to her by Dr. William. Meanwhile, the story then shows a filming location where a production is taking place.
I bet you them red supplements is all just blood. She just drinking blood. Like, refreshing.
One of the people there is John, the man who was previously bitten by Rose at the swimming pool. At first, John appears completely normal and shows no strange behavior. However, when filming begins, the situation suddenly turns chaotic. John abruptly loses control and violently attacks his co-star, even biting him in a brutal manner.
Who the fuck's this?
She's spreading shit.
Trent Taylor.
This strange
I never saw that coming. I never saw that coming.
transformation seems to be connected to the bite wound he previously received from Rose at the clinic. Meanwhile, in another place, Rose is at home working on a new dress design. However, without any clear reason, she suddenly feels an intense and overwhelming hunger. To deal with it, Rose tries taking the
Put a vampire body in her or something. They put like a vampire in her cheekbone, man.
supplements given to her by Dr. William. Unfortunately, the supplements do not have any effect at all, and the hunger she feels actually becomes even stronger. Unable to endure the sensation any longer, Rose walks to the kitchen and opens the refrigerator to look for something to eat. Inside the fridge, she finds a piece of meat. Without thinking twice, she immediately eats the meat raw. This behavior is very strange because Rose was previously known as a vegetarian who only consumed vegetables and fruits. Even more disturbing, after eating the meat, the hunger still does not disappear. Rose becomes confused and does not know what else she can do to satisfy the craving that keeps haunting her.
She about to eat healthy.
Not long afterward, Rose decides to walk outside the house, hoping the fresh air might calm her mind. While outside, she notices a man sitting inside his car. Rose approaches him and tries to attract his attention. However, the situation quickly turns into something horrifying. Without warning, Rose bites the man's neck and drinks the blood that flows from the wound. The next morning, when Rose wakes up, she notices blood stains still around her mouth. At that moment, she begins to realize something truly terrifying. All of the strange events she has been experiencing are not hallucinations as she once believed, but things that have actually happened. This realization makes Rose panic. She decides to return to the Borough Clinic to ask Dr. William for an explanation and help regarding the strange changes happening to her body. Rose immediately tells Dr. William everything that has happened in detail. She is convinced that all of it is real and not just in her imagination. However, Dr. Williams strangely insists that Rose is most likely experiencing hallucinations caused by the side effects of the surgery she underwent.
Tell me more about these meat cravings.
It's not just the meat, it's the blood. I'm hungry all the time. I see myself drinking blood.
Hey, how like...
Why am I dreaming about drinking blood?
There isn't much that we know about dreams.
At the same time, John
I hate that shit, bro. Every time it's some supernatural or like some paranormal type shit, and the person be scared or be like worried and shit, they always try to come with a scientific reason for why it's happening or like they try to find a reason why. Like, bro, nah, P. Look, it's some crazy shit going on, and I'm kind of feeling like uncomfortable asking you for your help. The shit that I'm saying right now, regular people in the world would think I'm crazy. So help me. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing you read in a book from some professor or whatever. It ain't shit. This ain't House. This ain't Grey's Anatomy. There's no scientific reason for this shit happening, bro. It's some trippy shit going on, dog. I need help.
also happens to still be at the clinic. His condition has become far worse than before. He has now turned into a highly aggressive person who attacks anyone that gets close to him. Even more frightening, the people who are bitten by John begin showing the same symptoms. This makes the situation increasingly alarming because it appears that some kind of virus is spreading through bites, similar to a rapidly spreading outbreak.
Well, I only wish we were made aware of the situation sooner. Are you sure it's rabies?
No idea what started it.
What happened to cuffing the nigga on the bed? Oh, okay, here we go.
We need to find
He got rabies?
out what bit him.
Despite the chaos that is beginning to unfold, Rose decides to return to work at her former company the next day. At the office, she once again demonstrates her skills as a designer by completing several new clothing designs. This time her work even receives praise from Gunter, who considers the design to be very unique and powerful, especially because of the striking dominance of the color red.
What have we here? Who did these drawings? You? I want to build and design this way. These designs, these are the essence of my collection.
Thank you for this opportunity. I won't let you down.
Not long after that,
Thank you, Gunter. Thank you, Gunter.
Brad approaches Rose and invites her to have lunch together. They go to a restaurant and eat together. However, during lunch, Rose begins to feel the same strange urge again. She briefly has the desire to bite Brad, but she struggles to control herself and instead ends up biting her own tongue. After that, Rose quickly goes to the restroom to calm herself down. When she looks in the mirror, she is shocked to see that small fangs have begun growing inside her mouth, something that was never there before. Realizing this strange change, Rose quickly asks Brad to return to the office. But just as they are about to leave, someone suddenly crashes through a window and attacks Rose. The man who attacks her turns out to be the same man Rose previously bit in the car some time earlier. Meanwhile, at the hospital, the situation is becoming more serious. The hospital is now filled with patients showing the same symptoms as John. Doctors and scientists are still trying to determine the exact cause of the illness, but they suspect that the virus resembles rabies and can spread through bites. Anyone who becomes infected turns extremely aggressive and develops a strong urge to attack and bite other people. If the situation continues, the outbreak could quickly spread.
I'm not helping none of them niggas no more. There's too many people in there. I'm leaving. You getting bit trying to save these niggas, or you leave and stay a step ahead. I'm leaving. You feel me? That right there, I'm not looking for no, what's the cause of this shit? No, bro. I'm gone. I was gone. Uncle Elroy with it. I was gone. You feel me? I'm not staying for that shit, bro. I don't got no. I've seen, if I see 3 or 4 cases in a row, you feel me? Of niggas having the same symptoms of that shit, and it seems like they all get in the bite mark, and if they get bit, then they all end up having these symptoms. Stay the fuck away, man. Get away from me, bro. I don't need no case of like, oh, we've gotten the situation under control, and then there's that one person that just runs in, please, you got at me. And they sweating and shit, and then all of a sudden they just turn just like that. Cause you want to stay and help everybody. I'm out, bro. I got kids, nigga.
Spread and infect even more people.
See, the virus compromises the nervous system. We have to vaccinate anyone without an advanced case.
And of course they gonna have a nigga. He gonna die.
What about the infected showing symptoms?
Isolate those showing symptoms. What we need to do is quarantine all of the infected people.
Elsewhere, while Rose is on her way home, she suddenly collapses because
there's no badge, there's no medal, there's no amount of money for you to persuade me to stay there and help. In that situation, the problem is bigger than me.
Unbearable hunger inside her body becomes even stronger. A man who witnesses the incident approaches her, intending
You want me to stay? Fuck it. I'll stay. Give me a pistol.
to offer help. However, without warning,
Shooting any nigga get loose. Anything that gets loose. I'm sorry, but yes. Men, women, kids, toddlers, babies, infants, anything that gets loose with that virus, I'm shooting it. 2 in the chest, 1 in the head. You couldn't pay me enough to stay there, bro. Hell no, that whole hospital infected. It's niggas over there like, what happened? What happens next? You see what happens next? They woozy, and then they all of a sudden strong and hungry. Strong and hungry. Niggas is on PCP. Raging. You ain't beating that.
Rose suddenly becomes
You got enough red pills for every nigga in that hospital?
extremely aggressive and attacks the man who was only trying to assist her. After that incident, Rose experiences a nightmare that feels incredibly real. In her hallucination, she sees herself inside a clinic filled with nurses who behave strangely. They begin dressing Rose in red clothing, outfits that look very similar to the ones worn by Dr. William and his assistants during the operation. A moment later, Rose suddenly wakes up and realizes
They ain't letting her know I'm about to take over.
that everything was only a nightmare that occurred in her sleep. When she wakes up, the intense hunger returns once again. She immediately takes the red supplement given by Dr. William, hoping it will calm her body. However, as she is about to drink it, Rose accidentally drops the bottle onto the floor. She is shocked when she sees the liquid spilled across the floor.
It's blood.
All this time, she believed the red liquid given by Dr. William was simply a supplement meant to help her recovery, but the truth is far more disturbing. The liquid is actually thick human blood. The discovery leaves Rose confused and frightened, yet she tries to calm herself and continues her daily activities as if nothing is wrong. The next day, Rose returns to the office and works as usual, seemingly trying to ignore the strange things happening to her. On that day, she successfully completes a red dress design that immediately catches Gunter's attention. When the dress is shown to several people at the office, a model is asked to try it on. The moment Gunter sees the result, he looks extremely satisfied because the dress appears elegant and luxurious. Without hesitation, he decides that the dress will be featured in a fashion show scheduled for that very night.
Chelsea, would you give us one more turn? This dress will close the show on Chelsea. Well done.
Thank you.
Very impressive work.
That evening, preparations for the fashion show begin. Many important guests arrive to watch the event. Amid the busy preparations, Rose searches for Chelsea because her friend is the model who will wear the dress she designed on stage. While looking for her, Rose suddenly receives a phone call from Dr. William, who urgently asks her to come to the clinic immediately. However, Rose cannot fulfill the request because she needs to stay at the event for her work.
She about to tear it up. She about to eat everybody up.
Not long after that, Chelsea finally arrives at the venue in a hurry. She explains that she was late because the streets are chaotic, as many people appear to have been infected by the strange virus that is spreading. Unbeknownst to everyone, Chelsea herself has already been bitten and is now infected with the virus.
Wild card hitting. We're gonna see if it was right, but my wild card hitting. I said she's gonna die.
Outside the building where the event is being held, Rose suddenly feels the overwhelming hunger again until her body can no longer handle it. She collapses onto the street. At that moment, two men nearby begin recording Rose with their phones, while
Of course, two weird-ass niggas, bro, of course.
While she lies helpless on the ground. But something extremely strange suddenly happens. From Rose's body, a bizarre tentacle-like creature suddenly emerges and violently attacks the two men, killing them instantly. A short while later, Brad finds Rose lying outside and quickly helps her back into the building. He suggests that she should immediately go see Dr.
Did that come out of her chest? Because remember, when she got that surgery, she had a tape thing right here. So
William to check her condition. However, Rose refuses because the fashion show is about to begin and she does not want to abandon her important moment. Not long after that, the fashion show finally begins. Designers and models start presenting their creations one by one on the stage.
I'll see them bit somebody, watch.
However, when it is time for Rose's dress to be showcased, something horrifying suddenly happens. Chelsea, who is wearing the dress, suddenly loses control and begins attacking the people around her. The festive atmosphere of the event instantly turns into chaos and panic. Moments later, the police arrive at the scene and are forced to shoot Chelsea, killing her on the spot. After the horrifying incident, the next day Brad brings Rose back to see Dr. William. This time, William finally admits something he has been hiding all along. He explains that the strange things happening to Rose are actually real and not hallucinations as he previously claimed. Hearing this explanation leaves Rose shocked and deeply distressed. William then takes Rose and Brad into a special room.
Bet you Brad know about it. It wasn't disclosed what they talked about, remember?
That turns out to be a sealed observation chamber. From another room, he is able to monitor everything that happens inside. At that moment, Rose finally learns a very disappointing truth. All this time, Dr. William had asked Brad to secretly monitor Rose's condition after the operation. The conversation William previously had with Brad was actually about the possibility that Rose's condition might develop into something like this.
Meat and potatoes, here we go.
In other words, the two of them had been working together from the beginning without Rose knowing. Discovering this truth makes Rose furious and deeply disappointed with Brad for betraying her trust. Not long afterward, Dr. William pours blood over Brad's body in order to attract the attention of something inside the room. From the darkness emerges a terrifying monster. William then explains that the creature is actually his own wife. She was the first subject of his medical experiment when she was suffering from cancer. At first, William believed that the experiment would cure her illness, but instead, it transformed her into a horrifying creature. As the monster prepares to attack Brad with its tentacle, Rose suddenly acts first.
Damn.
Using the tentacle-like appendage that emerges from her body, she attacks and kills Brad. After that, she also kills the monster, which turns out to be William's wife. But the horror does not end there. Rose then slits her own throat right in front of Dr. William.
Good shit. Good shit.
However, the final scene reveals something shocking. Dr. William is seen.
It's crazy. She kind of did that like it was nothing. She was smart. She was ahead of the game, but damn, that's a cold Tony. That shit hurt. To slit your throat, your own throat, and she took her time with it. You know how bad that hurt? I ain't never been into that, you know what I'm saying? Cutting yourself shit, you know what I'm saying? So I apologize to those that have, been depressed and in that mode. And it's unfortunate. And just want you to know I love you, you know what I'm saying? But that right there, shit. It's a cold Tony.
Preparing a meal made from blood. The food is actually meant for Rose. It turns out that William's experiment has finally succeeded in creating what he always wanted. Rose
Survived that?
did not truly die after slitting her throat because her body has transformed into something that cannot die. In the end, Dr. William's ambition to create an immortal human has finally been realized through Rose, and the story comes to an end.
But she's sickly. Oh, wow, how I love that. That one was a good one. I ain't gonna lie. Mind blown. Mind fucker. No, but straight up though, that was a good one. I'm gonna rate that one a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna be 100. It's hard to get a 10 out of 10 from me, but it's gotta be something just epic. You feel me? Just something hard hitting, just something epic. That was a 9 out of 10. But damn, what a storyline. I thought she was gonna be on some vampire shit or something. What happened to the fangs and her teeth and shit? You seen her? You seen her? That bitch had the Paraka. They got Mortal Kombat. She just needed the tentacles that came out. She just needed them to come out her arms right here real quick. You feel me? She would have been Baraka for real. Man, dog. Yeah, but 9 out of 10. It was called Rabid. 9 out of 10 or thriller. It was popping. Yeah, man. That was good shit. Tell me what y'all thought about the movie, man. Give me a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. If you new, then go ahead and subscribe and click the bell so you can see every time I drop some new shit, man.